So once again, guys, three and a half clues this morning. The first clue was the bull channel. The bull channel told me buy at support, buy pullbacks with new higher highs, right? Buy at support, buy pullbacks with new higher highs. Second clue we saw was the price wedge. Now the price wedge says look for the fake out breakouts, right? There's my price wedge right there. Price wedge says if we break out above, I'm going to sell it and bring it back down. We break back below, I'm going to buy it and bring it back up. And the third clue. The third clue was the transition between the previous low of day, above and below it. If you recall, we began above the previous lows, we then moved below the previous lows, and remember, every time we go above or below that previous low of day, that's a big trading opportunity. And then the 3.5 clue, right? The half clue is that double bottom. Double bottom right here, one low bounces up, two lows, double bottom right there. Double bottom tells me price should go up into the zone and then come all the way back down and retest, right, that bottom low. We anticipated it would retest this trend line low. And guys, when I'm doing this video right now, end of the day, it did come all the way back down. We'll grab a look and see. It was an amazing day today on crude. And of course, the other half clue was the dollar index. We used the dollar index, the dollar correlation, which I'll show you guys in the next chart, right, to really make some great money today. So we got the wedge. We began trading inside the wedge first, right? Inside of that wedge first. We sold the highs of the wedge. We broke out around 10:30. We sold it back down. Right before the sellers failed, they jumped up into our zone. Now remember, the zone that we had here was that double bottom zone. I tried to sell at the high of that zone, took a loss. Price went all the way up. I then sold again, made the money right back. It chopped around here for a while before finally it did. It tumbled. It actually went all the way to the high of that channel and then ended up tumbling all the way back down exactly where we had thought it would end up today. So a fantastic day today. Wasn't too happy about the loss I took, but losses are going to happen, and we'll show you guys that here right now. So we begin our day here, and you can see at the low of this channel, we did have a two-step pattern long. Okay, there was a two-step pattern long there at 8:30, very slow at that time, and we end up chopping around up to the high of the wedge. Now remember, a price wedge, I'll tell you right now, if I could trade one price pattern the rest of my life, this would be it. It would be an inside day with a wedge. Just buy the lows and sell the highs. It's almost too easy. Price wedge tells me sell the highs first. We sell the highs here. I took a 4 range two-step pattern short to begin. Then a 13 range two-step short, chops around, breaker pattern short below the previous low of day, right? Jackpot. Once we trade below that previous low of day, look out below. The buyers have now failed. We trade below the previous low of day, new lower low, sell the retracement, new lower low, sell the retracement, and the target, you guessed it, is all the way down at the low of that wedge. Remember, price wedge, I would probably say 80 to 90% of the time, it will go from top to bottom. All right, not every time, but pretty darn close to every time, that wedge will go from top to bottom. So I'm selling the highs, taking profit off at the lows. And of course, just to make it easier on us, we had the previous low of day right there. And anytime I go above the previous lows, fail, and then come back below the previous lows, that's right? Jackpot. Great job for a short there. So you can see here, we begin our day here with a bang. I make nothing on the first trade, 20 ticks in the second trade, 25 on the breaker pattern short below the previous low of day. We make 20 more ticks at 9:45 for the wave short, and 43 ticks all the way down to the lows of that wedge. Right? Tough to complain about a sloppy week at this point now. We are well over 100 ticks now, guys, and it's literally 9:45. Now this is crude oil, so we knew we had some news at 10:30.